So that's got things underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you.
Berbatov! And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And the pass is intercepted. Now that's well seen too. And it's Van Dijk. Soulé. Donnarumma. He won't be happy with that one. Can he get on the end of this? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That is good alertness. Fagioli.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now that looks a decent ball. Knocks it back.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
It has been a rather gentle affair so far. A probing pass. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Oh, he's had a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Van Dijk really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. Caught offside that time. Messi. He is through here. Now who's going to be first to this? Oh, good take. Face to face with the shapes to shoot. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Yeah, that's great running from the way he manoeuvred himself into such a good position to receive the pass and go through on the goalkeeper then.
Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Now can he find... Oh, shooting chance! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Manchester United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Neither side yet able to find the net. That has not gone well. And it's Valverde. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Zanetti. Oh, nicely intercepted. Messi. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, it's a great ball here. Short changes him with that pass.
Manchester United clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And a decent chance! Valverde gets it clear. Mbappe.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Jimenez. And that's gone loose. Fernandes. Van Dijk. Can he finish? Goal! Manchester United! And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the finish! And it's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Manchester United are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Tries a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And just like that, he's into double figures now. Was there ever any doubt?
Oh, that's excellent composure because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
A case now of complete control.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Kane gets into some space. It's anyone's ball now. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Soulé. He's picked his way through. He's free. He has got space. Can he finish? He has done it! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Tries to pass it through. And it's Van Dijk. Kane. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Nicely weighted ball. There's the whistle for half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Manchester United head in for half-time with a 3-1 lead.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 14.
That gets things going for the second half.
Coming on the field is number 17, Kane.
Fagioli. Ball's gone out of play. Vardiol. Valverde does well to get it back. Valverde. Van Dijk. Now Mbappe. Now it's Kane. Messi. Now it's Soulé. Looking for the run. Can he latch on to this? He has found the way through. And the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out. A wonderful effort all by himself.
Messi can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Lima wins the duel this time. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Has a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Fernandes deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Kane. And he's let fly! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
The attendance
60
for this
minutes
match
played.
was
This ended up in no
71,550.
man's land. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Donnarumma cuts out the pass. And this is Kane. Valverde did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he cuts out the supply. Caicedo. Pass somewhat off target. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance. He takes a shot! And that has kept the keeper on his toes.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Now it's Kane. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Can he get it through? Oh, that's fabulous. There's the shot! Oh, taken with style. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Manchester United get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Takes a shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Fernandes is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. Kane with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. That is a great pick out. And he's found a way past. Oh, that's delightful. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Manchester United really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Threads one in. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Valverde. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Fagioli. Well, that is one way to stop him. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Valverde. Messi, looking understandably energised after his goal. Fagioli gets rid without sophistication. Now, can they get him away? And he's only too happy to take that back. And this is Messi. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Looking to play him in. Thinks about the shot. And Messi! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! We thought it was over. It's all square once more. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
And now he has two. All square again into the dying minutes.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
He's having a shot! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Number 8. Federico.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Manchester United can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off.
Please make sure.
So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Look, Peter, a strength in any team has to be at the heart of your defence, and I'm afraid they were found wanting in that.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Well, just when you think you've got Eden Hazard, Peter, he opens up another box of tricks entirely.
And that's the thrill about him, isn't it? Every time you come and watch him play, he seems to come up with more and more surprises.
Well, I mean, that's the key to the job, isn't it? Find a different way of doing the same thing, and that he basically excels at. He's fantastic. Once he comes inside, anything is possible.
That has ended up in no man's land. Azar. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Fernandez. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Played through into space. Son Heung-min looking to get on the end of this. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Akanji. Kane puts his foot on the gas. Pass somewhat off target. Caicedo. Alexander-Arnold. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Strokes it back. And it's Zanetti. Tries to play it through. Caicedo touches it back.
And that's good.
And there's the shot! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Big chance! Cuts out the supply. Kane. Long ball looking to counter. Kamavinga. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Well, the ball's gone astray. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Azar conjures time and space where few can. That has been slung wide. Searching passes played there. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
Gremio clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Driving forward. Shifted it to the flank. Mohamed Salah. Zanetti. He's going for goal! That's a cute ball. Caicedo is wide and looking to get onto this. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Salah. Messi. 15 minutes till half-time. Kane. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Van Dijk. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Caicedo. That's a good ball out wide. It's a really well-measured ball. Kamavinga. And it's Azar. And it's Kane. And the keeper's got it again. No, that's been intercepted. Valverde. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Now it's... Tries a shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Fernandes has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Gremio are looking to go forward now. Aim forwards. Valverde. Cleared away. Manchester United have reclaimed it. Mohamed Salah. Kane. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Akanji. Caicedo. And it's Messi. The final seconds now. Kane goes on a run down the left wing. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Van applies the finish! And the half-time whistle goes. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. And we are up to the break.
Manchester United ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And the action is back on the way.
Manchester United clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to...
Real chance! Really well taken goal. And finally, he has breathed life into the game. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
So we have our breakthrough.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Son Heung-min. It's Camavinga. Caicedo. Akanji. Mohamed Salah. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
He has found the way through. Kane gets flagged offside. Pinches it off him. Fernandes wins the duel this time. Alexander-Arnold and Caicedo. Mbappe. Not chasing the game, trailing by one. And here's Kane. And it's Zanetti. Fernandes receives it in a good position here. And it's Zanetti. Looking for options for...
And the shot!
Caicedo.
Goes for the shot!
Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Son Heung-min. Caicedo. That's good vision. And now they can clear their lines.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Can he find the finish?
And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Great defending, strong and determined.
Van Dijk.
Over to the left. Mohamed Salah. And Zanetti. Valverde. Robertson. Valverde does well to get it back.
And he shoots!
Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
Substituição no time do Grêmio.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Sai para a entrada do jogador, camisa 19.
Akanji and Caicedo. Akanji gets over and intercepts. And it's Van Dijk. Out towards the flank. Knocks it into space. Danger averted for now.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Caicedo. A probing pass.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Manchester United have it back and can go again. Valverde. Played out to the left flank. Jimenez gets it away. It's a good foot in there. Caicedo. That's a decent clearance. Mbappe. And it's Van Dijk. Out to the left it goes. Mbappe. Now it's Kane.
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks and sustain some pressure.
Played into space. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de
It's Son
acréscimo.
Heung-min, and he's got the beating of his man. He's beaten the last man. Messi, he's found the way through. Great chance! And that may well be that. That is that. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, there is here a great sense of expectation. As to universal contentment, the Emirates embraces Arsenal once more. And already we're underway here. Serginho, now he is quick.
Rapid, Peter, absolutely rapid.
I suppose if there was such a thing as a model Brazilian fullback, he'd be pretty close to it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you don't win all those honours at club and international level without doing something right. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space...
Chance! What has happened here? Big chance, corner. And we have our very first corner. Balde gets it away. Van Dijk. And that's a good... And the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And they've got rid. Casemiro. Oh, good spread. That's a shade optimistic. And that has been clubbed away and smartly reclaimed. Can he get on the end of this? Now there's a fine ball. Oh, that's fabulous. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Fernandes.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Kimmich. So it is still 0-0. And it's Serginho. He's got away. He's in space and looking for options. And some are shouting for a corner, but the referee says goal kick. Casemiro is there, and he can pick it up. Now it's Fernandes. Nicely spread. Out of play for a throw. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Casemiro has got himself a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Casemiro. Arsenal were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people...
Big header! Goal! Arsenal! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Arsenal have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Now it's Messi. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Approaching the half-hour mark. Van Dijk. Played out towards the right wing. Done delicately. Well read, nice interception. Pressing high and with purpose. Can he get it through? And the through ball. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Great chance!
Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Cristiano Ronaldo did very well to get himself one-on-one. Now he's got to figure out how to beat the keeper.
Bruno Fernandes. Arsenal have a free kick. Casemiro. Now it's Fernandes.
Arsenal couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Koundé. Van Dijk. And a shot! He's got away with one there.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Balde.
Manchester United truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Casemiro. Kvaratskhelia, who's set up one goal so far. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. And it's Kane. Mohamed Salah has it out wide and in space. Donnarumma. Goes for a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Out to the left it goes. It's a promising position. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Everyone, please welcome our players.
And we're underway again.
Manchester United can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. He's shifting through the gears here. It's gone out for a throw-in. He's picked his way through. Defending of the desperate variety. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Serginho. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a really well-measured ball. It's a good foot in there. Mohamed Salah did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Van Dijk. Still chasing the game, trailing by 1. Arsenal have got it back and they'll have another go. And that is as far as they're going to go. Kvaratskhelia. They get a throw in. Valde. And he's managed to get free. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes! Oh, super goal! A finish right from the top draw. 2 up now, and they are cruising. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
59 minutes is number 17.
Arsenal are doing very nicely, thank you.
Oh, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Not the most convincing of passes.
The attendance for the match was 61,052.
And it's Koundé. Kvaratskhelia is onto it in a flash. Caicedo producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And it's Van Dijk. Messi. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo. Spread out to the left. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He is through here. Hoisted it. He gets big. Just cruising. They are cruising. And they are pulling clear here. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and read it perfectly.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Number 27, Serginho.
And it's Van Dijk.
Coming on to replace
Over to the
him
left.
is number 19, McAllister.
So there's going to be another change here.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Ah, good steal. He just read it. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Balde. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. The less said about that pass, the better. The referee has given a corner. And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. That's a sharp pass. Kane. Oh, this is a terrific run. Kane goes on a charge down the left. Zanetti. Looking for options for movement. Scalia.
Manchester United are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
McAllister. It's Kimmich. Rudiger. Now it's Sané. He has found the way through. Chance for a shot! Mohamed Salah. Kane looks to get on the end of this. Well, that pass isn't the best. McAllister. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Distributed tidily. Oh, he's been caught, and Sané sticks it away! Over the hills and far away! No catching them now! That was a given. It always was.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who was left horribly exposed. You don't expect players to switch off in front of goal like that.
It's become a case of men against boys. Balde. Arsenal clearly now in lead preservation mode. And that will be it. Manchester United have very little in the way of excuses here. Simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, you can never predict.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's down to business here. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
Driving on and making good progress.
Mbappe.
There he goes, motoring forward. And it's Salah. Great vision. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Takes a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Kane clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Still goalless. He's looking wide. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Fernandes. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Konate. Foden. Aimed beyond the defence. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that's aimed into the middle. Now, who's going to be first to this? In he goes again!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Trincao. Kane. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Pass is just off target. Van Dijk. Zanetti wins the duel this time. Tries to pass it through. Robertson. Foden chasing after it. Now it's Mbappe. Donnarumma gets a foot in here. Van Dijk with a definite foul there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Van Dijk. And it's Fernandes. Out to the left it goes. Fernandes. And here's Mohamed Salah. Konate. Robertson. Van Dijk. Mbappe. And here's Kane. Kane! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Here's Fernandes. And he's had a hit. Oh, he's had a shot! Caicedo. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. And it's Caicedo. Caicedo. And it's Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Zanetti does really well to win the ball there. Valverde. It's Van Dijk. Can he get it through? Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Van Dijk is offering some sort of an apology there.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And there is the half-time whistle. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So we reach the halfway point.
Manchester United ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Manchester United clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Zanetti. Oh, good spread. And he's forced to go back. Messi. Van Dijk. Looking for the run. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Messi. And here's Fernandez. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Alexander-Arnold. Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah going full tilt down the left. And it's Van Dijk. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, he's a source of potential.
And the shot! Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Foden. He's shifting through the gears here. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. He's on it, can he get away? He's having a go! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Van Dijk has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
Van Dijk. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. And it's Messi. Now it's Mbappe. Well timed, excellent interception. There will be a throw-in. Stood up well to him there. Nicely weighted ball. Not the most accurate pass. Caicedo. Messi. And here's Foden. Caicedo. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Messi. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Mbappe, there's the shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Messi plays it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Messi. Fernandez. That's been cut out, well played. Foden. Couldn't squeeze it through. That's a little off target. And that'll do under the circumstances.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. He's found a way through.
Manchester United clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Van Dijk. And it's Robertson. To Messi.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
It's a threatening ball. And he's there to get it away. Now it's Fernandez. That is ended up in no man's land. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
Oh, that's fabulous. Now that looks a decent ball. Fagioli gets rid without sophistication. And here's Mbappe.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Valverde. And here's Valverde. Messi. Shifted it to the flank. Van Dijk calmly anticipates.
1 minute added time.
1 minute to add, according to the board. Zanetti spots it and intercepts. And we're done. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And for those unfamiliar with it, this is the 48,000-seater Estadio Akron, one of the principal venues for 2026. And that gets things running. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best of his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
Distributed tidily. Messi providing an outlet on that flank.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Crossed in once more. Oh, easy pickings there. The referee's awarded a free kick. Fernandes. Now it's Kane. Hakimi. Now it's Mbappe. He's on it. Can he get away? There's the shot! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
And it's Van Dijk. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, that's fabulous. Chance! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
He's in plenty of space here. Shot shapes to shoot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And we have our very first corner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Tries to play it through. Fires it in low. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Goes for the shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, he's fizzed it forward. Manchester United, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Can he get it through? Oh, he's found support out wide. And he's let fly. And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Caicedo. That pass has been well intercepted. Camavinga. Good, strong midfield running here. Now it's Mbappe. And the shot! There it is! That was a given. It always was.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came up beautifully.
Convertido en el minuto 30. Número 8. Messi.
Chelsea have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Now it's Kane. Fernandes. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Not the most convincing of passes. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution...
He's having a go! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Zanetti calmly anticipates. Caicedo.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Mbappe. And that was nowhere near his best.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Messi, well, that's a danger. Shoots! They've got to be quick to recover this. Van Dijk. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, that's well spotted. Knocks it into space. He's picked his way through.
It's a mighty effort!
Van Dijk. Messi.
Se
It's a
agrega
loose
un
ball.
minuto al tiempo reglamentario.
Fernandes. Kane. And it's Van Dijk. And he's managed to get free. Now it's Kane. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And there is the half-time whistle. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
There's the start of the second half.
Manchester United really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter.
He's having a hit! Goal!
A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Caicedo.
Foot in.
And he's intervened well there. Hakimi.
He is through here. Real chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff.
And that really is so impressive.
Yeah,
that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
A case now of complete control.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side.
And that has put paid to that.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, and they're quick to... Ah, he's given it away! So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Mbappe, Valverde gets a foot in here. Kane. Now Mbappe. Oh, it's come loose. He's got away. He's having a shot! And how did he not make it four?
Well, that was highly impressive. He went through them like a knife through butter, so that's raised an alarm or two.
It's their second corner of the game. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. That's a good ball out wide. The ball is loose and the chase is on. And it's Caicedo. Caicedo. And it's made its way to him. That has been slung wide. And that is as far as they're going to go. Camavinga. Great vision. Now it's Mbappe. Fagioli did well to stay calm there. Corner number 3 coming up. That's the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Lisandro Martinez kept his eye on it, and he's there.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Caicedo. Chelsea finding their passes. In with the challenge. And he welcomes it in. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Donnarumma. Takes a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Van Dijk. Now, what about a counter-attack? This looks promising. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número
Chelsea
27.
choosing to make the
Número
first
8.
change.
Messi. Número 20.
Some good work on the
Número
right
14.
flank here. That's been
Entra
drilled in.
Número 11.
And he gets rid in a
Número
hurry.
10. Número 17. Número 6.
Now it's Kane. Lisandro Martinez does well to get it back. He intercepts the throw. That's well read.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Nicely weighted ball. Can he finish? And he hits the net. Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Chelsea are having a ball here. He can get that clear. And that's been won straight back. Foden. That's a great chance!
Minutos de compensación.
Oh, denied at the last.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Chelsea with another chance from a corner.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake. A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
So to play, and it is a goal kick. Foden! Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
The chance to pull further clear. It's hit the uprights. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, any penalty that finds the net is a good penalty, even if that didn't convince.
It's become a case of men against boys. And he's decided to go for it. Now that was quite some save.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And we're done. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. The end of the game. Reflections?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the losing side. I don't think they'll be going out tonight.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.